So, sorry about the noise. So, there is this post that I came across where, that's loud. Where I came across where a mother-in-law asked the daughter-in-law, they're like newlyweds, that she should cook for 50 people in the family. She offered to get a caterer to do it, and she offered to pay for it. The mother-in-law denied, said, "No, you must do it yourself." Like, that is not enough. She reported a situation to her husband. Her husband supported her mother. Let me tell you the problem with this before I expatiate. Firstly, the fact that the mother-in-law thinks that she has the audacity to force you to do what you don't want to do is a problem. Secondly, the fact that you offered to get someone to do it for her, she refused, is a problem. Thirdly, the fact that you tell your husband supported her mom is a problem. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Suffering is not a badge of honor. Anybody that wants you to suffer before getting something does not like you. They hate you. They feel happy seeing you suffer. They're going to pet you in front of you. When you turn your back, they are going to have a smirk. That person does not like you. In fact, anything that brings you pain, that person enjoys it. That is how much they hate you. The fact that the mother-in-law thinks she has the audacity to force her to do what she don't want to do make you understand that there is an issue with the authority when it comes to that woman's home. For what do I mean by that? A mother is supposed to know that once your child gets married, you're no longer a priority. She still believes she is a priority. She is the commandant. She is the author and finisher of everybody's fate in that family, because she is the mother of the bride, of the groom. Failing to forget that immediately your son got married, you are no longer the priority. The wife is the priority. You have your own husband and family, right? Focus on it. And if you don't have a husband, your husband is of late. I'm sorry that your husband is of late, but God is now your husband. He said he's a husband to the widows. Now, that's not what I'm trying to talk about. Let's go back to what I'm saying. Another thing, the fact that their husband supported the mother to make you understand that the boy is a mama's boy. There's nothing as hurtful as getting married to someone who has never challenged their parents and who are not willing to challenge their parents for your happiness. Someone who thinks it's okay to watch you suffer, instead of them to stand up for you and tell their mom, no, if my wife said she is not doing it, she is not doing it. But since he is a mama's boy and is scared to go against his precious mom, he is going to go. He prefers to see the wife suffer. He prefers to see the wife suffer. This is the bitter truth. And this is where it brings me back to what I said. As a woman, I don't care how much your man make, you need to get your own business together. Do something online, do something in person, have something, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. Have something. Have a shop that you have a sales girl there. I don't care. Have something that brings you money every month. Do you know why? When situations like this come in, you can move. Let me tell you, this situation is not just like this. It has been boiling. The mom feels like the daughter-in-law has to suffer the same way she suffered when she was married into the family. She is trying to transfer her frustration of what they did to her when she got married into the family, to the mother, to the daughter-in-law. She fails to understand that this is 2020, this is 21st century. We don't take nonsense like that. We make our own money and we can call it quit when we realize that we are no longer a priority in your life. We are okay being alone. And I'll say this again, God did not create an incomplete human being. You are perfect being alone than with someone like that guy. Now with someone that has a mother like that guy. You're perfect than having that woman as your mother-in-law. You're perfect being alone. You are perfect being alone. But I promise you, it doesn't end there. It is going to continue. She is going to keep pushing the boundaries till you break. And your husband is just going to support the mom. Why? Because he's stupid, of course. He's a mama's boy. There's nothing, he has nothing in his brain. He's a fool at 40. There is no cure for him. And even if it was going to click on in his brain that he's now an adult and does not have to run to mommy every time or support mommy every time, and that he has the right to challenge mommy, and there's nothing wrong with that. So do you want to stick around for that? Do you know how long it would take for him to wake up from that slumber of being a mama's boy? No, he's better off being with his mom. You did the right thing. So what happened? So the lady stopped arguing with the husband and the mother-in-law. And on the day of the feast of 50 people that wanted her to do it, she disappeared. She left the marriage. She packed all her things and she left early in the morning. And they kept calling her. The best thing that will follow from there is that the guy will have to receive a call from the girl's lawyer for a divorce. Back to what I'm saying. As a woman, I need you to prioritize yourself. Stop centering men. Stop making men the center of your existence. It is okay to have a man as a topping, as a bonus, but your existence belongs to you and God, not to a man. A man should not be what brings you happiness. Yes, I'm happy that there is butterfly in relationship and all this thing. Trust me, I felt it too. But you cannot be so stupid that you don't know when to call it quit, that you don't know when to choose you. You should be ready to choose you over and over and over. But I promise you, a man is ready to choose himself over and over and over. There are so many cases of men choosing this. The reason why we have a lot of single mothers, where we have men who get up and say, I don't want a child anymore, and they leave the child with the mom and disappear, that's a typical example of a man choosing himself. That's a typical example of a man being selfish. And I don't know how to emphasize on this. As a woman, be selfish with yourself. Be selfish with your body. Be selfish with your money. Be selfish with your existence. And get you some money in the bank. So that when this guy or whoever decide to start playing dumb, make him to understand that you're not a kid. You are an adult. You have a functioning brain. That God gave it to you for free. Use it. Stop being one of those women that will stay in the marriage for several years being tormented by everybody in the marriage, and the stupid husband you marry with his big head like a coconut it will not say anything or defend you, and you're there. Why? Because the Bible says so. Why? Because your pastor says so. Which place in the Bible that says that a woman has to suffer? And your pastor who advised you to stay in that marriage after everything is going on is a wicked person. He's a misogynist. He's a bloody liar. He doesn't even know what he reads in the Bible, except the parts that praise the men and is against the women. This is so common in Africa. Most African in-laws don't know boundaries. And this is why, as an African daughter-in-law, you need to learn how to set boundaries and give them ultimatum. And if they choose to go against the boundary, it's okay, walk. There are more men than women in this world. There are many men out there. Walk away and find a different man. Do you think God is going to be happy seeing you suffer? Seeing you going through all that? Know that He knows that He gave you the free will to choose to walk away? Use your head. And congratulations to that lady for leaving the marriage.